Let's get right into it, because we're in a state of serious downfall. Here are the solutions to fixing Chelsea in order of least important to urgent. 5. Sacking Pochettino. Football has a memory of a cat, which is selective. One moment we are praising someone and the next game we are asking for them to be fired, dropped or sold to another team. Let's not forget who Pochettino is. He transformed Spurs, took them to the edge of the Champions League glory, got them second in the Premier League, and no one has done that since, dealt with the Hollywood superstars of PSG and has been a player before. He can get the job done, however realistically he needs one more season to define the playing style of our team, as he inherited a squad that he most probably would never have chosen, with players who were inexperienced in the league. Sacking him would be a mistake first because it continues the chaotic style of hire and fire that Chelsea introduced in the Premier League. And who else would take the job? Zidane would never fit at Chelsea. Tuchel would not come back as long as Bowley's president, and Conte will just blow everything apart. But anyways, as mindless as it sounds, Pochettino is the right man for the job. And as dumb as this sounds, he needs time. Number 4, fixing the injuries. When you look at our bench in most games, it's filled with players that have yet to debut, and this is a problem. From the beginning, Lavia and Nkunku were out, then Chukwuemeka was out, then Reece James was out, then Chilwell was out, Chalobah is still out, Badiashile was out, James came back but went off early, Gusto is injured. It seems something is wrong in the training session because many of these players seem to be injured before they even step onto the field. As Eunice mentioned in his watch along,
our players are made of cheese, not even cheddar. They're made of mozzarella, the softest cheese you can get.
This needs to be sorted out as it continuously destabilizes the performance of a team and creates this false hope that players like Nkunku and Lavia would turn the team around. The way it stands, Nkunku will probably not even be fit until the end of the season, and we have no idea how Lavia would even fit into the team. And remember, he is also young. Number 3, the transfer policy. Just look at the team that won the Champions League. A season later, only the defenders were left in the team. The phasing out was so drastic, leaving a wasteland to be filled. And to fill that up, we went to youngsters, locking them in multi-million-year contracts. Even looking at the management, the sporting directors, with no offense, do not even come from elite clubs, which only relegates the recruitment of the players. This can be seen with the current obsession with scouting 16-year-old Brazilians who have not even played a professional year of football. Chelsea is a wealthy club that did not generate its money organically. The reality is Abramovich's deep pockets helped promote the club to global status, and the new owners, to their credit, are actually showing that by dedication of pumping money into the club. However, money only solves money problems. Even though $1 billion has been spent on transfers since the Bowley takeover, most of the players have not even worked out, and surprisingly, the most successful transfer was not even a first choice, and that was Cole Palmer. This causes the more urgent problem in needing a band-aid, which is number 2, the club vision. This is a result of the transfer policy and is one of the most detrimental problems plaguing us right now. The owners are implementing an elementary version of what Abramovich started. We know that players were brought into the youth system, developed, loaned out, and sold as part of profit for the club. Also, many of these players could not break into the first team because of the quality of the players already in the squad. However, when special talent was seen, they would be an understudy of thriving players. Look at Reece James, who learned from Terry and Azpilicueta, Ryan Bertrand, who learned from Ashley Cole, Lukaku, who could have learned from Drogba but was impatient. Granted, every team needs to look at the future of the club, but what is more important is the now, as we live in the now and the games happen in the now. Most of us keep saying our players are spineless and gutless and play with no passion, but the truth is that's a bit harsh. There's no guidance from tenured players who understand the highest level of football. Looking at the field, we can only see Thiago Silva as a leader, and he's only a defender. There is no world-class leader in the midfield and in the attack, and this is why we can't perform well on the field. If I had a magic wand, I would at least have 2 world-class experienced players in each part of the field to keep up the morale of the team and be the link between the now and the future. My fear right now is that Cole Palmer will get worse because of the lack of quality around him. For him to stay at this level, we need to put on top of the list the number 1 issue, which is finding the right striker. Drogba and Costa are both looked at as the last defining players that got us over the line in competitions, and that's for a reason. If we look at the stats of Chelsea this season, you can see that the conceded goals and the goals scored are practically the same, and they're the difference between us lying 12th and 4th on the table. It's normal for a team to concede, but it's not normal for a team to not score, and Jackson and Broja are failing at getting the goals we need. Torres was misfiring at Chelsea, but he still had a great supporting cast that turned him into an assist player, and he's remembered for the goal against Barca. Kai Havertz, for all the waste he was at Chelsea, still got us that goal to get us our last Champions League trophy. To solve this issue, we need an elite striker like Osimhen. However, we are in danger of missing out on him because if we cannot get him this January, the summer will be more difficult, as we do not even have the lure of playing in Europe anymore. It will just take an obscene amount of money to put his signature to paper over teams like Newcastle, Spurs, or even Man United. This is just sad at the moment. Anyways, that's my order of things needing a fix right now. What do you think?
As we don't have the capacity